I am a huge PUBG Esports fan.
They've done quite a bit of damage towards Denmark that I can kind of anticipate it. Oh no, he steps in front of him. That's a disaster there for Philippines, but they are able to shut it down anyway.
I love watching the game played at the highest level.
If Finland drop the ball, they haven't got the read on him, that could be catastrophic for them. But for China, they're fine.
Oh no!
No, denied.
It's not just the gunfights, it's the strategy, the rotations, and the constant decision making.
To finish it off, and Japan will keep on moving in, this time towards Norway, as Jeans will just jump back into BDRM and get that first aid off.
Watching teams fight over the best position on the map is honestly one of my favorite things about PUBG.
Just as I say, made it to safety, IM5 from Kazakhstan will get that knock. And now Tiggleton, he says the Panzerite catches.
Every move feels like it has purpose, and a good decision can completely change the outcome of a game.
But here come Australia.
Yeah, that's a three-man here. They've got to try and make the push. Tiggleton, though, is a one-man army. We know that, and oh my god, he gets the back. Vex jumps down. And
So I thought, why not jump into Ranked and see if I could capture even a little bit of that feeling. Let's find out. And here we are, guys, on the map Tago in Asia Ranked. Now, one thing to keep in mind is I'm playing from Australia. The ranked player base here isn't really big enough, so we get matched onto Asian servers. That means I'm generally playing on around 70 to 100 ping for most of these games. So good for long distance fights, not so good for close quarters. I should also mention that most of the people I play with don't speak English, so that's why I'm doing a voiceover. This is already feeling very esports accurate. Several minutes of looting before anything actually happens. I'll spare you most of it and skip ahead. As you'll see in a moment, this ended up being my loadout for the entire match, an AK and a Dragunov. I'm definitely a 7.62 guy, and if I had a choice, I'd take the Ace-32 every time. It just feels good to me. It's a little bit easier to control over the barrel. On our way into the circle, we lost two of our teammates. At this point, I had no idea whether we were dealing with a full four-man squad or just a couple of players, so I had to approach this one pretty carefully. So I see we're getting pretty close to them, so I pull up to this ridge to see if we can get some information, see how many people there are and if they're still there. We've got to move quick though because they could take their blue chips. So as we push in, I'm surveying for a good place to pull up so we can have like good line of sights or just a defensible position. Just checking for more information. So I dropped that guy. So now I push in to try and put the pressure on them. Hoping that it was one guy. Fortunately for me, there's no one behind me. So I get the heal off and then go back. And again, just a moment to replenish everything, loot up, and then move on out. I noticed that I'm not going to make it, so I swing on the handbrake and hope that I don't die from the fall. Thankfully, there's a team fight happening just over the ridge, so they're not aware we're there.
前面有人，那个车那儿，你左边，不是你右边，右边，可以偷一手，在平地打的，那两烽烟上吧，烽烟上吧。
We use their fight as a distraction to get the car and get out of there and get a better position. Thankfully, they don't look this way. I'm not in control of the car this time, so I just hope that my teammates picks a good spot to go to. And I can just lay down some fire on the people as we go.
前面上去。
This whole moment, I was fearing he would stop there. I was thinking, please do not do that. Keep going. And I think he made a really good decision. Inside the circle, and we've got cover, and there's very, very low chance someone is behind us in the circle or rotation. The house on the hill does worry me a little bit, but if someone was there, they'd be taking shots at us already. Nice little tag on him. Always got to check the tops of them. I've watched enough PUBG Esports to see players on there. So I drive the car this time, and I decide that it's time to move into the circle. Probably not the best spot, but I figure we've got the car as our back protection and we've got a good rock. I'm still worried about the house and the edge of the mountain, but this is fine for the moment. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit anxious of those positions, so just keep an eye on them. Pretty sure 0 of those were my hits, but we'll just ignore that. As you can see, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear a car pull up over the top there. Anxiety gets the better of me, so I push up to the corner here so I can keep an eye on the house. And it turns out there is someone in there. But this is a really good spot because I can cover my teammate down the bottom still and he can hold my back. I'm a little bit worried of that rock over the other side of the water, but I know that we pushed him away. He left that spot, so no one's there. I'm just holding this position for my teammate. And at this point, it's looking like the best entrance into the late circles.
摸他们屁股。
Still just holding this position. I know there's a guy there. I'm not sure how deep the little dip over the other side of that mound is. So I just try to play safe. Still unsure about how deep the hole is on the other side, so I fall back. I probably should have held it, but that's what I did. I've given him the advantage. I see his head pop up there. In my opinion, my teammate makes a bad decision to try to get center circle, but I think the better play was to play together.
1打4了。
We know there's only 3 other guys. So now it's up to me to clutch it out. The first knock there. I know that I've got to push him. I'd argue some of those shots hit, but it is what it is. Miraculously survived. I don't know how. I want to try and deny that revive, even though I threw the smoke on him. I see him on the left side of the smoke there. Now I'm not sure if he's trying to stick this at the revive or if he's pushed back. And I spot him by the minivan.
上面。过来。
And throw the decoy smoke. So, did it feel like a PUBG Esports match? Honestly, not really. By the time the looting phase was over, about half the lobby was already dead. My teammate and I definitely tried to approach it like an esports game, thinking about our positioning and rotations, and trying to play to the best spots, but it never really had the feeling of every team fighting for the strongest positions on the map. The game ended up being pretty sparse compared to what you'd see in a competitive PUBG game. That said, I still had a great time, and you definitely won't hear me complaining about finishing with a win. If you got this far, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and I'll see you in the next one.